Hey, check it out, it's MediaShinobi, and we're going to be reviewing The Legend of Korra, Book 3, Episode 8, The Terror Within. Scott.
So the episode starts off, we see Korra getting better at her metal bending, while Bolin is not really doing well. We see Zahir's group actually infiltrated the city and actually kidnapped Korra. With all her avatar skills, she still gets kidnapped. I mean...
She was asleep.
And this is the first time we actually see all four of them take on Team Avatar, and they're pretty much evenly matched. We see Puli actually able to curve her beam. That's what they call it, right? It's a beam.
Yeah, sure, but that's not fair. Just saying.
So the battle went on for a while, and it was actually Bolin that actually saved the day. He managed to knock out Puli with a rock. So the next day, everybody feels like, how did they infiltrate this impenetrable city of metal? So Sue has Ioway interrogate all the soldiers working that day, and then they find out this lonely guard, and it turns out he was lying, and they are able to go to his house, actually find evidence. But to Mako's dismay, he feels like that was just way too easy. And then due to Varric's, I don't know what he is, his cunningness, his smartness, but he has his moments. But he tells them that the best way to fool everyone is to, tell a lie. So they decide to go to Ioway's house to see if he was hiding the truth. So there, they actually find a secret room that leads underground. So before they can actually interrogate him, he manages to escape with a bomb in the basement. Lin actually told Korra to not go after him. It's too dangerous, I need you here. But Sue actually went behind her back and gave her the means to pursue them. So that pretty much ends the episode. Now for the actual review, I felt like the Red Lotus, being as powerful as they are, they kind of lost pretty easily. Like, even though their main mission was to kidnap Korra, they still lost. And I remember what Zuko said, like, these four together can conquer the world, but they can't kidnap the cat avatar? I don't get it.
Unless maybe Zuko means it in a different way, but I don't know.
Okay, I fear, like, they're overhyped. I hope they're not.
Same here, because I feel the same way with what they did with Amon in the first book. I felt like it was all build up, and then when Amon showed up, it was just like almost kind of anticlimactic. So I'm hoping they don't do the same thing with these four.
As for Ioway, he was Sue's #1 most trusted advisor. So we see the connections that Zahir may have, and I wonder how far does it go? Does he have members in the White Lotus that's helping him as well? So there's this alluding statement that Ioway makes. He says, you have no idea what's in store for you. Besides kidnapping Korra, like, we now know that's their main focus. They're not going to kill her. Otherwise, she would have been dead in her sleep. So I'm just wondering how this book is going to end. I really doubt that they're going to achieve their goal, but I feel like they're going to go with plan B, which is to turn out Korra against the world. Like, everyone is gonna hate her. We got Republic City already hating her. We got the Earth Queen trying to steal airbenders. So she's already on her bad side. Leading on to World War in Book 4. That's what I feel like. Vote for me. That's how I feel. You got anything to say, Jen?
I think it's interesting that they actually are promoting Bolin up a notch in terms of a character, because for the most part he's been a comic relief character for like the longest time, and ever since last episode with the whole self-esteem issues thing, which is really rare to see from Bolin of all people, and now this episode where he technically saved the day, maybe he might be more prominent in the later episodes, and I don't know if they're gonna do that. The whole he could magically metal bend, like, after, like, focusing and trying so hard.
He metal bends and save Opal's life and they get married.
Yeah, I hope it's not
Yay.
that. I hope it's not that cheesy or cliche, I would say.
I wonder if Opal will ever meet Esna.
Oh God.
I'd like to see that.
This was a very action-oriented episode, and it was nice, even though it was more of a standstill, simply because, they got caught. And it was purely like they were outnumbered. So they failed and they escaped. But other than that, nothing much has happened. Well, granted, remember, this is one episode that premiered today, as opposed to the previous weeks where it was 2 episodes per week. And we already talked about this in a previous video about how Nickelodeon is handling the Legend of Korra series.
Link below.
All that's left is, I guess, theories. I mean, how I feel is, I already said it in a previous video, like, I felt like this was going to be more of a build-up, and by build-up, I meant this entire book. Because book 1 and book 2 has shown itself to be self-contained, where, you know, the whole plot in its own book is finished in its own book. So, Amon was done and over with by the end of book 1. Unalaq was done and over with by the end of book 2. So what I'm saying is that with these 4, and I don't know if they're really called the Red Lotus or not, I just heard it from Chris, so I'll go by his word. At least that's what I think. I hope they are not self-contained in this book, because we're only starting to see them really in action, and if they do, then it's just going to be repeating history again with the whole Amon situation, where I felt like Amon was all hype, and when they finally executed him, he was just thrown under the bus. So with that in mind, I feel like the end of this book will be a cliffhanger that will allude to the next book, and this will be the first time where a book isn't self-contained and will continue branching off into the next book. And like Scott said, I think there is going to be a world war with the whole political tension. So that's what I think as of right now. So Scott, finish it up.
Alright, so that pretty much wraps up the review. Tell us what you guys think. And thank you for telling us about the whole mic situation. We're working on that. And see you next time.